how to do masah, how to do the wiping over the khuffain. I will go maybe each madhab one by one. Hanafis, they say begin from the toes. Okay, imagine you are standing and you're looking at your feet, okay, in front of you. So on top of your feet, you say you begin from toes. You make lines with your fingers of hands, okay. So you begin and then you wipe with your wet hand, and you wipe in a straight line from your feet all the way up, okay. The Hanafis say minimum 3 fingers should be used, minimum, because they say hand is to be used, but the most of the hand would count as a hand. So 3 fingers out of 5 will count as the most. That's what they say about the masa of the head as well. Some Hanafis, they say if you put your hand over your head, that counts as a fard is done. But others said if even 3 fingers touched fully, then that would count as masa is done, because that's most of the hand. Alright, so they maintain the same view here as well. The minimum of 3 fingers, your wet hand, you just wipe. So right hand for the right feet, and the left hand for the left feet. Right for the right socks and left for the left socks. Okay, wiping should be on the top. If you wipe on the side or bottom or back, that will not suffice, and the Hanafis, they don't consider that part of the wiping at all. Clear? Just the top. Malikis, they say wipe the total, the top part of the feet. That's fard, that you must do that. And they say it is liked, it is mustahab, that if you wipe the sides and the bottom and the back as well, but it's not must. So now Hanafi says, they say you just wipe like, put your hand by your toes and you just slide it backwards, make lines with your fingers. And the Maliki say you do that, the full hand, and then you can do the sides and the bottom and back as well. Shafi said, as for the fard, even if you touch, the fard is done. Like for the head. Maliki said you must wipe the whole head in masa. They said you must do the whole of the top side, and the sides and bottom and back is just desired. The Shafi'is, they said if you in masa of the head, if you just touch, that's sufficient. They said as long as you touch the feet with your wet hand, the masa is done, the fard is done. Shafi said that, okay. So, but that touch should be on the top. If someone just touched the side or the back or the bottom of the feet of the socks, that's not what is meant here. The minimum has to be from the top side, facing up side of the feet. Okay. The Shafi'is, that's a minimum. When you do all feet, and you can do the side and back and bottom is desired, just like Malikis. Okay. Hanbalis, they say make lines just like Hanafis. Okay. The Hanafi said that all the 3 fingers minimum, they should start from the toe and go all the way up. And the Hanbali say the same thing. They say as long as most of it is done, from the toe to the ankle, as long as most of it is done, the wiping is fine. Okay. So I said we will mention a hadith about the fingers. So the hadith of Mughira bin Shu'bah, one of the narration, he said the Prophet ﷺ, he was talking about Nabi ﷺ using the khuffain. He said Nabi ﷺ put his right hand over his right khuf, right socks, leather socks, and the left over his left foot, and then he wiped the top of it, one wipe. Okay, and he wiped the top of it, one wipe, and he said, as if I can picture the lines, I can see the lines on his socks. How do you make lines? You make lines with fingers. So that's why they get the fingers from. Okay. So what did we say about the masa of the head when we're doing wudu? Maliki said full head. So they said if you want to do the full masa of the khuffain, top, bottom, side, back, okay. Hanafi said at least 3 fingers. So they said at least 3 fingers must be used to wipe, okay. Just so you can remember, the Shafi said if you touch the head, masa is done. Shafi now they say if you touch the top of your wet hand on the top of the socks, the masa is done. Hanbalis over there they had different madhab. They said you must do the whole head and ears. Here they take another hadith. They take a hadith. They said as long as most of the top is done, from the hadith we covered before. I'm not sure if we covered it. Then the Rawi says, "Ra'aytu Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam." Sahabi said, "Ra'aytu Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam yamsahu ala dhahir al-khuffayn." I saw Ali radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He said, "I saw Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam doing the masa on the zahir, on the top part, or was zahir is what's showing. Zahir is what's showing. So on it, what's at the bottom is not zahir, okay, and what's inside is not zahir. So they say from that, as long as what is showing, what shows normally. So if you do most of that, so they take from that hadith. Clear so far? Okay. Are you making notes? You are not making notes when you are asking. Huh? You are making notes? Yes? Okay. So Malikis, they said, as long as you do the top part of the socks, and then if you do the sides and backs and the bottom of the khuffain, that's an optional, desired. They say that's desired. Okay. Hanafis, they say you don't have to do that.